Have you ever stopped to think that some of your everyday habits, things that seem completely harmless, might actually be hurting your kidneys? It's a surprising thought, isn't it? But the truth is, those two small but powerful organs in your body work day and night to filter waste, balance fluids, and help keep your blood pressure steady. And yet, without even realizing it, some of the things you do daily could be quietly damaging them. If you truly want to protect your kidneys or even help them heal, it's important to understand what might be working against them. In today's video, we're going to walk through the 10 daily habits that could be slowly but surely harming your kidney health. These aren't just minor missteps, they're habits you'll want to break to avoid the serious risks of chronic kidney disease. So stick with us as we count down from number 10 all the way to number 1, the most damaging habit of them all. Let's get started. Number 10. Holding in your urine. We've all done this at some point. Maybe you were stuck in traffic, busy with work, or just didn't want to stop what you were doing. But regularly ignoring the urge to go to the bathroom isn't as harmless as it seems. When you hold in your urine for too long, you put pressure on your bladder. Over time, this can weaken your bladder muscles or cause it to stretch too much. A stretched or weakened bladder may not empty completely, which means leftover urine can become a breeding ground for bacteria. That increases your chances of getting a urinary tract infection. And if that infection moves up to your kidneys, it can cause even more serious problems. Holding it in also gives minerals in the urine more time to clump together, which can lead to kidney stones, those painful little deposits that no one wants to deal with. So the next time you feel the urge, don't wait. Make it a habit to use the restroom when your body tells you it's time. Number 9. Overusing painkillers. Many of us rely on painkillers like ibuprofen, aspirin, or naproxen to help us get through the day when we're dealing with aches and pains. While these medicines can bring relief, using them too often can take a real toll on your kidneys. These drugs reduce inflammation, which is good for pain, but they also slow down blood flow to the kidneys. That reduced flow can affect how well your kidneys do their job. Over time, frequent use of these medications can cause something called analgesic nephropathy. That's a kind of kidney damage that can lead to long-term kidney problems. Unfortunately, this type of damage doesn't usually go away. It slowly reduces your kidney function and can eventually lead to chronic kidney disease. That's why it's so important to only use painkillers when you truly need them. If you find yourself reaching for them regularly, it might be a good idea to talk to your doctor. They can help you look into safer options or figure out what might be causing your pain in the first place. Number 8. Not drinking enough water. Water does a lot for your body, and it's especially important for your kidneys. They need plenty of water to flush out waste and make urine. When you don't drink enough, your kidneys have a harder time doing their job. This can cause waste to build up in your system. When you're dehydrated, your urine becomes more concentrated, which can irritate the kidneys and increase your risk of kidney stones. These stones form when minerals in your urine stick together, and without enough water to dilute them, the risk goes up. Over time, chronic dehydration can even lead to a drop in kidney function. To keep your kidneys healthy, try to drink water throughout the day. Everyone's needs are a bit different based on things like how active you are or what the weather's like. But a good general rule is to aim for about 8 glasses a day. Keeping a water bottle nearby can make it easier to remember to sip regularly and stay well hydrated. Number 7. Eating too much salt. Salt is something we all use to make our food taste better, but too much of it can quietly cause problems for your kidneys. The main ingredient in salt is sodium, which plays a big role in balancing fluids, helping your nerves work, and supporting muscle movement. But when you eat too much sodium, your kidneys have to work extra hard to get rid of the excess. That added workload puts strain on your kidneys, and over time, it can lead to reduced kidney function. On top of that, too much salt can cause your body to hold on to water, which raises your blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the biggest culprits behind kidney damage. It also increases your chances of developing kidney stones. So even though salt might make food tastier, it's worth cutting back to help protect your kidneys. Try to limit your intake of processed and fast foods, which often hide a lot of salt. Instead, use fresh fruits, vegetables, and herbs to flavor your meals in a healthier way. Number 6. Eating processed foods. Processed foods can be quick and convenient, and they often taste great, but they're not doing your kidneys any favors. These foods usually contain high levels of salt, sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial preservatives, all of which can put extra pressure on your kidneys. The sodium in processed foods, in particular, is a concern. It can raise your blood pressure, which, as we've already mentioned, is a key risk factor for kidney disease. On top of that, many processed foods are low in important nutrients and high in ingredients that can make your body more acidic. That forces your kidneys to work harder to keep everything in balance. Eating a lot of processed foods can also lead to weight gain and obesity, which increase your risk of developing diabetes and high blood pressure, two of the biggest threats to your kidney health. To give your kidneys the best support, try to stick with natural, whole foods as much as possible. Meals made at home with fresh ingredients are not only more nutritious, but they also help give your kidneys exactly what they need to do their job properly. Number 5. Ignoring high blood pressure. Blood pressure is often called the silent killer for a reason. It doesn't usually come with any obvious symptoms, but it can cause serious harm to your body over time. One of the places it hits the hardest is your kidneys. Your kidneys rely on a network of tiny blood vessels to filter waste and excess fluids from your body. When your blood pressure is too high, it puts extra strain on those vessels, gradually wearing them down. As they get damaged, your kidneys can't filter your blood as effectively. This condition is called hypertensive nephropathy, and it develops slowly, often without any warning signs. If high blood pressure isn't brought under control, it can speed up the development of chronic kidney disease and eventually lead to kidney failure. That's when people may need dialysis or even a kidney transplant to survive. The good news is that managing your blood pressure can make a big difference. Eating a healthy diet that's low in salt, staying active, reducing stress, limiting alcohol, and taking medication if your doctor recommends it, these steps can all help. It's also a great idea to check your blood pressure regularly at home. That way, you can catch any changes early and take action before real damage occurs. Before we move on to the next habit, we'd like to mention that in the video description and comment section, you'll find links to top-rated health supplements available on Amazon. These have been chosen to support your kidney health journey and make it easier for you to find what you need, all in one place. Number 4. Consuming excessive sugar. Sugar has a way of sneaking into our diets, even when we don't realize it. It's in more than just sweets. It's hiding in all sorts of packaged foods and drinks that don't even taste particularly sugary. And while the occasional treat is perfectly fine, eating too much sugar every day can cause a lot of harm, especially to your kidneys. One of the first problems that comes with too much sugar is weight gain. Carrying extra weight makes your kidneys work harder than they should, just to keep everything in balance. But even more concerning is the way sugar increases your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. When you have diabetes, high blood sugar levels can damage the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys. This damage is known as diabetic nephropathy, and it's one of the most common causes of kidney disease. If it's not caught and managed in time, it can progress to full kidney failure. Sugar can also lead to high blood pressure, another big risk factor for kidney damage. To protect your kidneys, it's important to keep an eye on how much sugar you're really taking in each day. You can start by checking nutrition labels and cutting back on sugary drinks, desserts, and processed snacks. Instead, reach for natural sources of sweetness like fruit, and try using spices like cinnamon or vanilla to add flavor without the sugar. Number 3. Smoking. All know that smoking is bad for your lungs and heart, but what many people don't realize is that it's also harmful to your kidneys. When you smoke, the chemicals in the tobacco get into your bloodstream and eventually make their way to your kidneys. Once there, they cause inflammation and damage to the delicate blood vessels that your kidneys depend on to filter waste. Smoking reduces blood flow to your kidneys, which means they can't work as well. Over time, this can increase your risk of chronic kidney disease. And it doesn't stop there. Smoking is also linked to a higher risk of kidney cancer, especially for long-term or heavy smokers. Even if your kidneys aren't the first thing you think of when it comes to smoking, the damage is very real. Smoking can also make high blood pressure and diabetes worse, two of the biggest threats to kidney health. The silver lining? Quitting smoking can make a big difference, even if you've been smoking for a long time. In just a few weeks after quitting, your blood flow starts to improve, which reduces the strain on your kidneys. There are so many tools and resources out there to help support groups, nicotine patches, gum, and other treatments. So if you're thinking about quitting, know that help is available, and it's never too late to start. Number 2. Drinking too much alcohol. For many people, having a drink now and then is a way to relax or enjoy time with friends. But drinking too much alcohol can do more harm than good, especially when it comes to your kidneys. Your kidneys work hard to filter toxins out of your blood, and alcohol is one of the strongest toxins they have to deal with. When you drink heavily, your kidneys are forced to work overtime to clear it out. This can lead to dehydration, which puts even more stress on them. Dehydration reduces blood flow to your kidneys and makes it harder for them to remove waste and keep your body's fluids balanced. Over time, heavy drinking can also cause damage to your liver, and since your liver and kidneys work closely together to detoxify your body, liver problems can make things even harder for your kidneys. Alcohol also raises your blood pressure, which we know is a major risk factor for kidney disease. If you drink too much for too long, you can end up with alcohol-related kidney damage that becomes harder to reverse the longer it goes on. To keep your kidneys safe, try to drink in moderation. That means no more than 1 drink a day for women, and no more than 2 for men. And if you ever feel like it's hard to stick to those limits, talk to your doctor or consider a support group. They can help you make a plan that works for you. Number 1. Neglecting diabetes management. At the very top of our list, the most important habit when it comes to protecting your kidneys is managing diabetes properly. Diabetes is the number 1 cause of chronic kidney disease and kidney failure. That's why it's absolutely crucial to keep your blood sugar levels in check if you're living with this condition. When your blood sugar stays too high for too long, it can start to damage the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys. These vessels are responsible for filtering waste and extra fluids out of your blood. Once they're damaged, your kidneys can't do their job as well, and waste starts to build up in your body. This process, known as diabetic nephropathy, develops slowly but can cause serious kidney damage over time. If left untreated, it can lead to end-stage kidney disease, where the kidneys stop working altogether. At that point, a person would need dialysis or a kidney transplant to survive. The hard part is, this damage can't be reversed, so the earlier you take control, the better. Managing diabetes isn't always easy, but there are many ways to stay on track. Regularly checking your blood sugar, eating a balanced diet, staying active, and taking any medications your doctor has prescribed are all key parts of staying healthy. It's also important to keep an eye on related issues like high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which can make kidney problems even worse. By staying mindful and taking your diabetes management seriously, you can protect your kidneys and greatly reduce the risk of long-term complications. It's one of the most powerful steps you can take for your health. So, there you have it, 10 everyday habits that might be quietly damaging your kidney health. From something as simple as holding in your urine to the serious risks of poorly managed diabetes, each of these habits can do harm over time. But here's the good news. Once you're aware of them, you can start making small changes that make a big difference. Taking care of your kidneys is one of the best investments you can make in your long-term health. These hardworking organs support your whole body, and with a few adjustments to your daily routine, you can help them stay strong for years to come. And don't forget, if you're looking for trusted supplements to support your kidney health, we've included helpful Amazon links down in the video description and comment section. These can save you time and make it easier to find high-quality products that suit your needs. If this video helped you understand more about how to protect your kidneys, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to more helpful tips. Your health journey matters, and we're here with you every step of the way. Stay informed, stay healthy.